Brian Jorgensen with Butts Machine Tools. Today we're going to go over a Krras guillotine shear. It's a 10-foot, 1/4 inch. Comes with a nice squaring arm. It's solid. It's machined. Very heavy. Won't flex on you, so you can slide your materials right up into the shear. It's also got a front flip stop for your front gauging. You can see the nice tape inlay here for gauging. Another thing on this shear is it's actually got a solid table. You can see here, you can actually put your hand, slide your sheet right in. It's also got your rollers too, so it's very easy to roll your sheets around on here to get them into the shear blades. And also you got, you can see here as far as just your sheet supports right here, just to kind of support your bigger sheets to roll them in. And also the solid tables you see on this shear, which is an option. But to point out too, people don't always realize having a solid table, that's also helping with your shear accuracy. When you cut, you don't have any flex. So a solid table is a nice feature on a shear. I'm going to go over the control right now. We're going to go ahead and turn our power disconnect on. You can see there's a light to indicate that it's on, we got power to the machine. Take our e-stop off if it's activated. And you can now see that we got a hydraulic motor on because the green light's on. You can hear it also. We got, just briefly go over the manual buttons first. So we got manual, which is kind of more for maintenance. You can come down and bump it down. This is good if you have to put new blades on. I mean, just to double check everything, make sure your blade gap's correct before you come down. Auto, it automatically will return as I cut, as you can see here. That pretty easy. This is our rake adjustment. Right now we're at maximum 3%. We want this down to 3% for cutting thinner materials, correct? And while we're on this right here is the rake angle of the actual shear. What we're doing is raising and lowering the upper blade. Why that's critical is if we're doing a thin piece of material, we want the blade thin as possible. If we're doing thicker, we want to raise that so it takes less tonnage or less force to cut. But if you had a steep rake angle, like some manufacturers will just have it always on the steep rake angle, no matter what, 'cause it's a fixed shear, like a swing being shear. So if that comes down on a thin piece of material and has that rake angle, it's going to curl it or pigtail it. That's why it's a benefit to have a guillotine adjustable rake shear. And then we can also adjust our back gauge. You can see here with the DRO that it's moving. Very simple. And some of these things are just nice to have because there's some guys that have big gloves. They're dirty. They don't always want to be touching these smaller buttons. They can simply come up here and push it and get to the cut they want. Now we'll go ahead and move to where we're actually going to do a program with this. And to do that, all we have to do is push the pencil button. So right here we're on program 3. We're going to push enter. Now this is flashing. Now it's waiting for our information. So we'll put 4-inch. It's got behind the decimal. That means 4-inch for us. And now we got 4-inch. How many times do we want to repeat that 4-inch cut? We're just going to do 1 cut this time. Now we're on cycle 2. Let's put in a 7-inch cut. And then enter. And we'll put in 2 cuts for that to show you. And enter. So if we want to even do 3 cuts, so out of 1 sheet, let's go to 2-inch. And we'll enter. And we'll just do 1 cut again, enter. So there we go, and it's to exit, press the red button, push it again, pull it back up, program 3, enter, pull it up, and now it's going to go to position for us. And now let's go ahead and dry run this just to show you how this control works with the program. Cut 2. Now it's blinking, let us know that we've completed our cut. Simply do that. And then if we don't want to push the green button, we just push this again until it blinks, and then it'll automatically cycle that part through us again. It'll just automatically go back to the first cut again for us. So I'll demonstrate that running through the program once more. ascot. Yep, then it'll go back to the first cut again in the program. And if you just want to go to a different cut, simply just push in, actually 3.50 and go. If you want a different one, and 5-inch. So very simple as far as getting your different cut lengths. This is, by the way, a ball screw back gauge. So you're very accurate. It's going to be precision. The most precision machines in the world use ball screws, you're aware. Your machining centers. We're using that on a shear too, on this machine. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate. We're cutting the thin gauge piece of material, so we need to adjust our blade gap in the back. I've already adjusted that one to the smallest setting that it has, which is 1 millimeter setting or whatever. But this is gauge material, so we need to go ahead and set this up to the tightest gap setting this shear will offer. So I went ahead and lifted that up. This is for thin gauge. We go all the way down to 6 millimeter, 1/4 inch for the 1/4 inch material, the thicker parts. So now we got that set. Another step we have to take, right, is we got to adjust our rake angle. Right now it's at 3 degrees. We want to take that down to 1 degree. You can see the lights are indicating where we're at. Say now we're at 1. And I went ahead and set my back gauge to 1 inch. And you can see that it's showing me I've done 2 cuts. Now I'm going to do 3 just to show you that. So we got 3 cuts. So your operator can knows, without having to manually think about it, where he's at, how many pieces he needs to go downstream. And just to lay these on the table to show you guys that we do not have any curl in our cuts here on this thin gauge. Very clean. And then we'll go ahead and show you guys now. We're going to go ahead and set the gap setting and the rake angle to cut 1/4 inch. And how quick and easy that is. So we'll go ahead and set our rake angle back to 3. Set. Now we'll go back here. Simply do that, and then come back over to the other side. Locks it in. We're ready to roll. So anyways, gap setting on this is very simple. Thick to thin. You got the adjustable rake setting, which makes it very nice for when you're cutting to get the less distortion in your materials, as you can tell. So give us a call. We'll answer any questions you have or needs and options that you can get with these shears. Thank you and have a nice day.